What an amazing world we live in, where technology every single day touches every person's life, our personal life, and especially corporate. That is how the journey started. That was the quest. And today, we are here. IBM presents Smarter Enterprise, the grand finale. 4 different streams, 4 amazing examples of what can be done with where you are in business, if you're smarter in your enterprise, where you can reach. Today will be a grand finale with a very big twist. That twist will come later. First, I've got to get in my superstar jury. Back with us again is Kiran Karnik, or should I say, do people call you Padma Shri Kiran Karnik? No, I want to do it today. Fantastic having you back again. You've had such a varied career with so many things you've done. But the one question that has come ever since we started telecasting this is, how do you handle the 2 parts? You also brought in things like, discovery in Animal Planet into India. And then you've done things like, advisor to the PM for science and all that. That's like 2 completely different fields. How do you wear so many hats?
The secret of it is to wear one hat and then keep turning it around so it looks different to most people.
Right. And of course, current chairman of NASSCOM, Mr. Som Mittal, once again, fantastic having you here, very spiffly dressed today. You've also done both sides. You now are chairman NASSCOM, but you've been in the corporate world, you've been on that side of the desk and this side. Which one was better, and is it again just turning hats? Is it as easy as that?
No, I think it's an evolution that you go through, right? So you earlier represented a division, then a company, and now you're really working for the whole industry.
So like I said, superstar jury, you've already seen what the idea behind this whole show is. But today we're going to do something, like I said, with a twist. The 4 people that will represent 4 different streams of business and enterprise today will get into practical mode. Earlier it was, this is what we wish to do. This is our fantasy. Today what they present is not fantasy. This is to do with their business and the industry they're in. 3 practical ideas is what we will evaluate them on. Do they really make sense? How have they fine-tuned it perfectly? So I've got to get started now and get in the first people. But first, we'll get in the IBM expert, Himanshu Goyal, Country Manager, Social Solutions, IBM. Today is going to be all about practical. This isn't you generalizing and they generalizing. This is what they are actually saying. This is our master plan, the game plan of what we're going to do within our own company and the industry itself, right?
I think earlier when we talked to them initially, they were more in the listening and trying mode.
Right.
But now I think with the time we've given and spent with them, they've introspected quite a lot. They've discussed with their leadership teams. And I think they've been able to at least formulate clear directions with timelines. So I think that's a bigger achievement so far. And they look practical to be tried out.
This is the leap forward. We all really want to know what are 3 practical ideas in the field of social and media marketing of that level. But before we get that, let's take a look. What happened on the show that we had where social marketing and all the spheres around it took place right here on the set. Can any business today survive without social networking skills? Whether it's personal or business relationships, if you're social and friendly, you will always make it in life. So we have with us Pavan Pochampally. Now, interestingly enough, in the pop-up banner, you don't have too much 3D dazzling people.
We are already working with social media and social platforms. Into the future, we are trying to develop some small platforms ourselves.
But is there any other business way that you're using this for? Are you trying to do it for any business transactions between your customers and your team?
In future, we are looking at acquiring more customers, and through the social platforms, we would like to have a much stronger presence.
Create your platform, connect with the customer, open it out, get the collaboration and future ideas discussed.
The largest benefit that you would get at this point of time is to use social media to be able to get the best and the brightest.
At this present moment, the jury found that Prabhas and his business has far greater potential into the future. We will join you in the final. Well, that's how that one rolled, and that's why we're now meeting S. Prabhashankar, General Manager Engineering, 3D CAD Private Limited. Please come in. We're very, very excited to see your presentation. So remember, take us through your presentation, but you have exactly 2 minutes to do that. Your 2 minutes starts now.
3D CAD is an engineering service company. We cater to different verticals like automotive, consumer electronics, and lean automation. In automotive and consumer electronics, we work right from the concept to the 3D design and the analysis. In lean automation, we work with process design, tool design, and robotic simulation. And our business model spreads across from sales and marketing to the project planning and the project execution and human resource in all verticals. So we already use some of the business tools generated in-house and as well external tools to enhance our business. It is very interesting to see the technological change that is happening, and what we were using earlier for the telephone and the fax alone, and today there is a SMAC technology which enhances our business, and that's our vision for the future too. Have a strength in selecting the technology. We try to focus on the customer focus, the technology focus, and the human focus. These three are the areas which we need to keep our mind to work on selecting the technology. And it is also important for any company to make a very good decision and good communication and to maintain the database, the good data. For this, the technology is available today with mobile, analytic, and social on cloud. And these tools can be used to leverage a big business gain with very less investment and efforts. So this social tool, the analytical and mobility becomes a key in leveraging that. And talking about the social tool, we use this tool to enhance our productivity, at least in the terms of different sustainability, opportunity, communication, information, analytics, and leadership. Increasing the quality, decreasing the time and cost for the delivery, thus giving the customer a business advantage in terms of 15 to 18% of his cost savings.
So seems like a very focused, very different from what we were hearing earlier, but I'd like to start with opening remarks.
One of the things you mentioned is how this will help you in retention. Can you say a word about what you see there in terms of what specifically you intend to do to improve retention?
Social tools, what we use, keeps our employees connected, well connected, and they get a feeling that yes, this is my community, this is my people. So this helps in people not to think much beyond the company and the community. So this helps very much in the retention period.
How do you think social media is going to help you integrate that part of getting the customer in, because the integration required is so strong?
So with the existing customers, already our engineers, project managers are working with them, and they are already linked in social media. And they have a very good bond, and they know what we are exactly and what we are capable of and what we are doing. So that gives a confidence with the customer. And in the second outer scenario, if you see, it is the customer referral. So one customer refers to the another customer.
3 ideas that you're about to implement in your company now, I didn't see. Himanshu, what do you think?
As a company of their size and their realization to look at social media to do social business on, I think they have got most of the facts of what they do today collaborated in this presentation. And of course, there's no linear thought so far, but there's broader understanding. So in a social enterprise, if there's a bonding, but there has to be something beyond bonding. So how do you recognize publicly, socially? That's a big thing. Can you do it internally within your enterprise as a recognition? And probably someone is such a great engineer and he's done such a great work, you want to publicly recognize the fact that he's done some great work. We use the term called linking to leading in social business. So if you link, then you lead somewhere.
These are very, very powerful tools.
Yes.
So one is about using it, the other I would say is leveraging them. There has to be a multiplier.
Great, thank you so much. Again, very, very well put together presentation, very nice looking. Thank you very much. Seems like a lot of hard work that you put in.
Yes.
All right, that then was S. Prabhashankar, and like you saw, a very different thought process from when we met him the previous time. Now do remember, today it's not just about coming here and showing us these amazing things they're doing with their company. This is still a battle. 4 people still battling it out. One of them will actually win and go to the IBM for a signature event where he will be the VIP guest. So we'll take a quick break right now. When we come back, lots more smartness, because after all, this is IBM Presents the Smarter Enterprise. See you after the break.
Today's challenge is quite a complex challenge because all the 4 technologies has to be discussed in detail. Pavan has a very good chance in this.
Social is personal. Social gets driven by how personally someone sees the value of being on any of these social tools. For an SME enterprise who we want to represent now and whom we want to check under the Smarter Enterprise show here at NDTV, the key thing we would like to tell our SMEs is the first step towards going social is to analyze what you are really doing within your enterprise. What are your employees doing, how they're connecting, how are they using these tools, and if at all they're representing the company they work for on the social media, how are they utilizing and showing up their enterprise and the capabilities there. So the first step for an enterprise is to understand what's going on, and if you have a realistic assessment, then put together a policy of how would you let your employees interact and leverage social media for your business.
Welcome back. This is IBM Presents Smarter Enterprise, a show where we're actually going to get smarter because 4 very smart people are going to tell us the 4 things that Smarter Enterprise can do to take it to the next level. We've gone through social. We're getting into what is everybody's big weapon today. Do you call it a tool? Do you call it a weapon? Well, we're about to find out when we get into the mobile space. Very interesting space. When we did it last time, 2 people came head to head. Only one of them makes it to the show. Let's take a quick look at what happened. What an amazing world we live in, where technology every single day touches every person's life, our personal life, and especially corporate. Vijay is with us. Let's take a look at what he's come up with as his pop-up banner.
I would like to make a presentation about a product which is mobility product. The theme is bang for your buck. With mobility, we are bringing in a lot of channels where we operate in. We operate in brand activation, we operate in retail management.
Are you using this also for any market research, or is it only for getting feedback for what you're using to manage the field force?
No, we are using it for some sort of a customer intelligence also.
Both in terms of where could this go and what is it that you think this business has potential. What were you mentoring here?
The geofencing capability. And the other interesting aspect is also near-field communication.
In your business, you have very large number of people that you deal with as front ends. Is the device their own or you provide it?
It's a company-owned, company-paid type of an instrument where we bring in a lot of investment in putting this technology into the market.
Vijay, you move on and you're going to meet us in the final. That's why we have Vijay Varshne, Head IT HFC Smollan Group, with us right now. Okay, Vijay, so we saw what you had last time. A lot of it was ideas in your mind. Today, I think you're going to take us through the practical side of what you want to do within your company starting now. Let's take a look at your presentation. You have 2 minutes.
Cost of computing has reduced drastically since Neil Armstrong went into moon for the first time. I'm here to present 3 ideas which we are going to implement in our business to take it to the next level. The first idea is augmented reality. Here we are already capturing the images. We are going to analyze the pictures and patterns and come out with the customized information, be it on-shelf availability, number of facing, share of shelf, and we have done a case study and we found that 98% accurate data is coming and 70% reduction in survey time is happening due to this. The second big idea we want to integrate is with the customer. We want to delight the shoppers by QR code integration into our application. This application is going to help consumer know the various offers at the retail point, and they will save a lot of time. And they can also do trending as well as they can do wish list. And this is the way forward with integrating the social media. They can provide feedbacks about our product. Then finally the mobile analytics. This mobile analytics, we are already there. It's real-time information, real-time analysis and insights. But now we want to take it to real-time action. This basically is going to be an intuitive way of doing the things, helping our feet on street to get insights to what are the priorities they have to work on, and also they are going to remain engaged through gamification. All this, why? To deliver growth for our clients and for ourselves. So we want to be best in business class by having trusted software which will be lightning fast, and it is going to be available anytime, anywhere. People and perfect execution, these are the most important pillars of our company and our industry. Okay, so mobility is going to bridge these two in a very effective manner to arrive at the business goals. All the innovations which I have told is going to improve the efficiency. It is going to further enhance the productivity of our employees and also keep them engaged in doing things better.
Okay, great. So let's get into first comments.
How are you going to ensure the authenticity of your data? See, that's a critical thing that people are worried about. Yes, this is more efficient, you're delivering it, you're doing all the analytics, but the core of it, which is the data you're collecting, are there ways you're making sure that it is authentic? Is there ways of cross-checking, correcting, and have you got some automated ways of doing it rather than just sending supervisors out to check? Is there nobody fudging?
Two ways of doing this. One is through the GPS integration within our application, which we already have. The second thing is currently we are traditionally doing it by noting down through the numbers into the application. But now with the augmented reality, what is going to happen is we have the image, and that image is going to give the number of facings, number of share of shelf, and which will be 100%, not 100%, we have checked, it is coming to 98%, right? 98%. There is some manual intervention is required for new products which are coming into the market. So we have to have the masters for those images from different angles, scan it and put it.
The question would be that, India is still transitioning from normal 2G phones to 3G. So how do you give this experience? So in your technology, have you built low-level connectivity so that even customers who don't have the same 3G, 4G connectivity can still use it effectively?
Definitely there is a connectivity issue in various areas, northeast to south. So what we have done is we have integrated certain ways of transitioning the data so that we are able to do a cross-check whether the data has reached the server or not, and the authenticity that it has come from the right mobile, from the right location, all that before doing that.
Okay, quick sum up of what you felt out here.
I think the system, right from a point of capture to the point of delivery of a report, is all traceable in real time as well as, of course, off time. So for a customer, that's a great news because he can checkpoint and say, okay, I want some diligence here, I want some analytics here as well.
So I think interesting in terms of what he's presented very practically. He's very clear about his business and the ideas that can be implemented within. Thank you so much, Vijay. Fantastic. Very nicely done.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Two more people, two more fields to get more smart. That's what will happen when we come back after the break.
Today's challenge is exciting. At the same time, it gives a lot of thinking. I feel that it's difficult to please Mr. Som Mittal in many ways.
Welcome back to IBM Presents Smarter Enterprise, and now we get into a field which I find fascinating, the amount of devices, services and products we use today that give us data about everything in life and some things in life that you should not really be getting data on. All of that put together, only one field can make sense of all of that, and that is analytics. A very interesting field. Once again, when we had our analytics showdown earlier, this is what happened. Big hot category is analytics. Your own enterprise, your own employees, everybody feeding you something every single second of the day. What do you do with all that? Time now to meet Nachiket Deshpande and with Alcon Industries. take a look at the pop-up banner you came up with.
I want to highlight the process improvements resulting into the final quality improvement, depict it in a graphical format. When we go for a product innovation as well as continual manufacturing process, there is a tons of data that we are already collecting.
What is the kind of market data and what quantities of data are you getting in where analytics is going to be a key driver?
Currently, we are at a second level of data generating. We are not getting a primary data in a statistical term.
Good way for you to be actually using analytics would be starting from the disease end.
In terms of product and quality, I think there are a bunch of things that can be done in terms of just capturing the information as the product is moving through the line, understanding what the impact of various process parameters have on the manufacturing itself.
Pharma is one area where I think you could use analytics very well.
Nachiket moves on to the finale. So you saw how that went. It went very, very well, but only one of them finally made it to this grand finale. That is Nachiket Deshpande, founder, Alcon Industries. So great to have you here. We saw in that analytics showdown exactly why you're here. Now we're here to be dazzled by what you have. The 3 things you're about to do in your industry. Let's get started. Your 2 minutes start now.
3 things that I wish to look into this with an IT aspect. First being demand management and forecasting. When I'm looking at a requirement projection as well as confirmed orders, how they can affect the current inventory levels, allowing us to establish re-inventory levels, manage inventory better, at the same time help us in improvising the purchase process. Second being quality management processes. In our industry and all other industries, the value chain, as we move ahead in the value chain, the quality becomes of paramount importance. Record management along with traceability and quality management compliances such as ISO, WHO, where when the IT systems help us in that particular foray, it will certainly increase the efficiencies of the organizations. Third, and one of the most important points for me, is knowledge management. As we are moving into the knowledge era, the internal data that is generated in terms of productivity, quality, performance, profitability, as well as external data in terms of market research, market feedback, will certainly help us along with analytics to give us a better judgment for improving the current product service basket, have a new product service development, and overall increase the market depth and penetration with a business development. When I look at analytics, along with internal customers, external customers interaction, as well as vendors and suppliers interaction with the organizations, analytics bring out the essence of all the data that we have with us, increasing the productivity and profitability. For us as an Alcon, we look ahead to go into global market, have a sustained growth, and come up with a niche product mix in near future with the correct use of technology and technology tools.
Great, fantastic, and well within time. Now let's find out what you thought of the ideas.
You know, most of the data you have is presumably hard quantitative data, right? Are you looking at getting more data or just taking your existing data and analyzing it? And are you looking at ways of automating data collection through sensors or other means so that you get the data quicker, more authentically, get more data?
In first order management data, where we can have basic simple tools as in a standard formatted emails, something like SMSs to have queries from field force being sent, that probably this might be the order that might be coming to us. Second way of the second point where quality management systems come into the picture, yes, definitely the sensors and other aids, technical aids, will definitely make the data more valuable and enrich the quality of the data.
What is the impact of the healthcare? Is there a way that you're going to capture the data? It's almost like what Kiran asked. If you did not use larger piece of data coming in, then you are traditionally doing data management and database decision making rather than actually using analytics.
I would give you 2 examples how I plan to do that. We have a system of annual product quality review, APQR, which I am talking in terms of knowledge-based management. APQR consists of many aspects like profitability, productivity, quality, market feedback, Also, one of the most important aspect, as we discussed last time, could be a disease data that is available and getting available more and more.
They're trying to do some sort of a predictive analysis based on the soft data to make some better decisions in terms of quality control, in terms of production value, as well as discovery of new drugs and salts, whatever they would be doing. But I think the next journey which you have to do after you do this is, as the panel rightly said, is about big data, because big data is all about variety, velocity, and volume. That's where the real integration of using analytics will come in together with what you have in your enterprise.
You stick to what you're doing and keep doing it better. Great presentation, good ideas, and I hope in the future all of this gets implemented. Thank you very much. We take one more break. Do remember, one more presentation, one more business, one more stream, and then we will have our final winner who will go to a signature event of IBM. Who will that be? Well, you've got to hear one more presentation, which will happen after the break.
I felt Nachiket was a strong competition to me in terms of me being the most youngest among the entrepreneurs. I felt Mr. Som Mittal was little harder in terms of convincing.
What do we think when we think about analytics? Primarily, it is a field that drives or derives from measurement. Measurement of our own selves against goals, measurement of the corporate objectives against goals, and feedback into that corporate objectives, how much progress have we made. So it's a very fascinating subject of driving improvement based on data, based on information that's coming from multiple sources, and trying to see how we can improve over a longer period of time in a sustainable manner. So I think that is primarily the goal of analytics, the power of analytics to be able to deliver the information that is consumed by people that need it in the format that they need it in, and just in the quantum that they need it in. So that is the critical part of this whole process of analytics. How do we build a robust infrastructure? How do we build a robust base against which the data can be consumed, can be analyzed, can be made useful to the people that actually are making the decisions in the field?
Welcome back. IBM presents Smarter Enterprise, and the last category is cloud. Can you harness the potential of that? Well, when we did cloud computing in the showdown that happened last time, this is what happened. Cloud, the final frontier. To many, it's the most complex world only because of the word that is used, cloud. Please welcome Pavan Pochampally. He is the VP for ECS BizTech Private Limited. Like always, every single week, we give them a small little task. Come up with a pop-up banner.
We are focusing on N layers, which is our brand name for our managed services business. When we say cloud, it's private as well as public.
We offer infrastructure as a service and software as a service on a private as well as a public clouds to SME customers.
What are you doing to reassure customers now and in future, particularly as you extend outward with regard to your security?
We are putting in whatever is as per the law today or as per the redundancy which is required.
Focus on the service concept and not necessarily what is powering it. So partner with the right sort of people, from a security perspective.
How are you going to sustain your business model versus all those guys who have a bigger game plan of scaling, acquiring companies?
Utilize the data center space today available across the universe.
Competing with the biggies is a nice ambition, but frankly, it's very tough.
So we have Pavan move forward and meet us in the finale. And of course, before we call in the winner of that cloud computing episode, first let me introduce Vamsi Charan, Country Head, Cloud Computing, IBM. The person who came through was Pavan Pochampally. He was General Manager when he came on the show before. But the power of this show is that he's now become Vice President for ECS BizTech Private Limited. So good to have you back here. 3 practical ideas that you believe can really be the harnessing force for your own company is what we are looking to you to present. Your time starts now.
We have a POS, point of sales app, which we will offer on the cloud to the retail market. Then backup and restore on cloud to the consumers. Then small office, home office and SMEs. We would give them a mailing and messaging solution along with analytics, DMS and other apps. So these analytics they can tweak into their Tally and other applications. Then what is the strategy? What we are looking at is we have a 500 plus channel partner where we would leverage on their strengths and take this forward. Then we are offering storage on backup to the consumers and we would actually give it to them free by loyalty points. Then we would generate reports on demand for any ERP using their open source analytics on cloud. Then our business plan is we have a e-waste, electronic waste management unit. So using that, probably we'll use cloud and use those logistics and social media interactions to improvise on the business. Then infrastructure as service, by leveraging more on the existing data center spaces which are available in the universe today. Then platform as service. Today, if someone wants to run a Linux or a Unix, instead of investing more on their infrastructure and the licenses, they can actually get an online support from us and on the server, and they can use the platform which they desire to use. Then security as a service. This is going to be a major concern going forward for SMEs. So we would give them as a service instead of they investing on vulnerability, penetration assessment tests and other things. So we would give them online. Then going forward, we will also like to have online data forensics. So before giving an e-waste for the processing, they need to remove all their data and other things. So we have certain apps which can do 10x, 15x kind of wipe. So that we would give them online to most of our consumers.
Okay. You know what I really like, especially here, but all through, all the four people, while they came in from one specific social or mobile, they've actually used all four. Every one of them has said that it's not about one particular platform. You've got to get it all in. So SMAC, once again, sometimes I consider, once again, an unfortunate term once more coming in. I mean, do we have to call something SMAC? But, you know, it is, that's what it is. But using all four platforms, good presentation.
What are you using to reach out to your customers? You know, this is what you're going to do as you get stuff from them. How are you reaching out to the customers to, in some sense, sell what you have?
So we have a 500 plus channel partners, as I mentioned in the slide.
Yes.
Apart from that, we would be using the social interactive media, the Facebook and the LinkedIn and a lot of these things, and also the web ads.
What is it that you're going to really focus on and be a big differentiator so that the customers come to you? Because you had really a menu which was all across all IT provisions.
But our focus is more to be on two major businesses. One is the cloud computing, and the second is more on as an MSP, and the second is more on e-waste management.
All right, Vamsi, what do you think?
Cloud is all mostly around either you're reaching out your customers as a provider or you're consuming cloud to make your business efficient. You're taking a passive IP and putting it on a cloud and generating a revenue stream.
Correct.
And the second one, where you have an e-waste management facility. Now, there are inherent inefficiencies around how to collect it, who can reach out, use social, and ability to actually collect data from different sources.
Last takeaways from the two of you on his presentation.
Well, you know, I think this is great. You have cloud as your fundamental model for delivery. And I would say that, you know, cloud really helps the small and medium enterprises to do it. So I would actually suggest that you also put a spin on the domains that you will work on, right? Whether it is retail, etc., so that you get more focus and you offer the whole stack of services rather than be everything to everyone.
Keep heading there, but make sure you implement. The ultimate is really getting it on the ground and actually doing it. If you can do that well,
on it.
Good luck to you. I think it's excellent.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot. We'll take a quick decision. Jury will go into a huddle. We'll take a quick decision and come back to you. Thank you. It was very generalized and there was nothing practical.
Second one, because it's clearly, to me was like, how do I take decisions? I need data, right? But he wasn't really using big data. Yeah, I don't see a differentiation.
Too many I want to do.
I just want to take the whole list and say, I want to do all these.
Very tough. Another means of delivery.
Correct. He came back with three very practical ideas. His business also lends itself well to what he was doing. So that was quite focused.
Okay, great. I think in terms of giving inputs, because all the four of them have to be going there and they're all our finalists.
Well, if you're okay with that, great. It's up to you. Entirely up to
I
you.
think, you know, one is good.
Great. All right, the jury has deliberated, and may I just say, I do not envy the two of them at all. Before you announce it, I know you've got the envelope, you've got your results out there. Let's call the four back in again. Give them a big hand. All four great presentations, but unfortunately there will be one winner. But all of you have done a brilliant job, and I hope even if you won, the three of you that do not win, at least the technology that you bring into your companies does make you a big winner eventually. So you do know that the final prize is that you get invited as a VIP guest to a signature event at IBM. That's for the winner. Now, which one of you is about to get your passport stamped? That's what we're about to hear.
Well, let me first congratulate all four of you for making it here, right? We went through a very rigorous process. I think the mentors did a great job, and every one of you showed progress. So first, all the best wishes to you from the three of us here and the mentors that you make it. There is going to be one winner, and that winner is Vijay Vashne, Head IT, Small and Group.
Excellent, great. Well, with four brilliant gentlemen here who know their business so well and great presentations, all very focused on it, why do we have one winner? What did he do a little different from the others?
I just want to say one thing before that, Raju. You said technology is the winner, absolutely, in some sense. But to me, the bigger winner is the enterprise. The enterprise whom all four of them serve. They are the real winners with this technology, which enables them to become smarter, better, make more money, and serve better products.
Correct,
That's
absolutely.
But with regard to the winner, I think what was most impressive, very difficult to choose between four of you, frankly. What was most impressive was the specific focus of what his company will actually do to leverage mainly mobility, but other things also, to be able to get something going which benefits their customers, themselves, and is going to really change the face of how this thing begins to get used in the industry.
So I think he was very practical, very clear, tunnel vision focus on the three things he would do.
Both.
Yeah, it's amazing. The four technology we're talking about actually are consumerization of technology, right? So social media is about consumer, mobility is about consumer, cloud is about people leveraging it. But the fact that you are linking up that consumer technology to an enterprise and getting that benefit out, I think is the eventual linkage. And I think, you're really, the presentation that was made and the work that was being doing is actually making the enterprise smarter.
So I will now echo what my superstar jury did say. The true winner here, really the enterprise, whether it's technology, whether we've gained from the experience, whether you have or not, truly the enterprise won today. And that's really what we all started this journey on. This adventure, like I called it, started with that. And I'm very happy to say it ended with us all gaining from it. At this present moment, like I said, smarter enterprise, smarter technology all put together. Eventually you have a smarter enterprise in every which way that can take it to the next level. We'll see you next time. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Congratulations. Congratulations. Thank you so much. Congratulations.
We've been hearing about cloud being the next big thing in IT and how it is revolutionizing. So let me give you a few examples, right? Cloud is about ability to give what a large enterprises uses from its own data center with a highly secure and robust infrastructure for a small and medium business on a monthly payment model in a very small size. In a very completely parallel universe, you can go and basically acquire infrastructure, software, or any business process as a service on a monthly payment model or on a pay-per-use model very quickly and with no fuss about long-term purchase orders or long-term commitments. And that's where the sweet spot of cloud for small and medium businesses come.